You take one more, God will take four. Have you experienced exponential growth before? Well, it is happening right now in this moment. Exponential growth for each of us, growing in ways, being brave enough to step out in places that you've never stepped out in before, being brave enough to say yes, say yes, say yes. Some of y'all need to say yes some more because you say no way too much. That yes to going to the brunch may be your new business partner there. Saying yes to that networking event, you might just find your new boo there with a beard. You may just find it. Sometimes you gotta go outside. I know it's getting cold and it's dark, but you still gotta go outside. You know, the best things happen in the dark, in the quiet, when nobody else is watching. Keep moving in silence. You don't got to tell it. They don't all need to know. And watch. Watch your life expand. When I say exponentially, I can't even tell y'all just the things that have happened in the last 24 hours. And I just keep moving, knowing that it's God. I just keep moving, saying, whoa, okay. That's how we gonna do it? Got it. Got it good. I have our affirmation cards. They are, the first one says, I have come to this planet to learn to love myself more and to share that love with all those around me. I come from the loving space of my heart and know that love opens all doors. Love opens all doors. I can't say that enough times. You just be you. Just show up in your beautiful, loving self and watch somebody say, you know, she's always so nice. You should meet her. You really should meet her or him. And then when you meet them, they say, you know, I heard you had this great idea. And I have been looking for something to invest my money in. And they tell me that you might be the right thing. Hmm. Get ready for those words to come out of somebody's mouth. I heard it just yesterday. I deserve the best and I accept the best now. I deserve the best and I accept the best now. I am mentally and emotionally equipped to enjoy a prosperous and loving life. It is my birthright to deserve all good. I claim my good. Will you claim your good? You know, somebody said to me, girl, you know how many seeds you got in the ground? You know how long you've been planting seeds, long as I've known you. Why don't you go get your harvest? Why do you keep letting other people take your stuff? That's your stuff. Go get it. Go get it. Go into the rooms, go into the places. And sometimes, yes, we can show up online, but guess what? It's so much better in person. I had a meeting with the podcast person that's supposed to shoot my podcast and edit it and all that. And at first my friend said, well, if you feel tired, just tell him you want to meet on Zoom. He'll meet you on Zoom. And I said, yeah, I think I'll do that. And then something in my spirit like hit me in the back of my neck and said, if you don't get your behind up and go to that place, because it was an hour drive and I was tired. I had worked late. And guess what? I got up and went. And because I got up and went, not only did I meet with him, I met with a new photographer, another lady who holds the key to all of the rooms in that space. And she was like, "Oh, just tell me what you need." Sometimes you just got to show up. Sometimes you just got to show up. Showing up is it, because there's something that comes across when you are physically present that does not come across when you are electronically present. There's a lot of things blocking here. And we can feel it, we can feel it. But baby, listen, when I first of all, when I walked in the room, come on, somebody say amen, walk in the room. Who's that? Who's she? Oh, she's a stakeholder. That blows my mind every time because that happens. It happens often. Now I just expect it. I just expect to blow somebody's mind when I walk in the room. So expect to blow somebody's mind when you walk in the room. Hey, Shavante, welcome. Expect to blow somebody's mind when you walk in the room because you're coming with all your magic and all your genius. Don't let them take it from you. Walk in the power given to you by God Almighty. God has laid all of that on you. And if you just say to yourself, remind yourself who you are and whose you are, you will walk in that room tip top and like it won't even matter. It won't even matter. Just tip in the room and let them see you coming. They're gonna see me coming again today. Just so you know. I'm going back to that. So our last thing we're gonna do before we turn everything over to the illustrious Dr. Tawana is our deep breath of life daily inspiration for heart-centered living, because we are people living from our hearts. And when I said go get your harvest because you've already sown those seeds, you've already done all the work. This says it right here. It says you paid for this. You paid for this already. You paid for this in your blood, your sweat, your tears. You paid for it with every class you took, every hour that you spent learning. You paid for it already. So now you just have to do the part where you take a step. You got to do the part where you execute. Execution sometimes can be scary. Execution can feel like, oh, I got to call somebody. That phone feels like it's 25 pounds, so you got to call somebody. Execution might be pushing a button on send for the email. Execution may be, I got to go there. Oh, but if I go there, I got to wear something. Oh, God, what do I have? Like, execution can feel like pain, but just know it's good. Because think about any time that you've experienced, I don't want to do it, I don't want to go, and then you go, and then it turns out way better than you ever expected it. Even if you never spoke to somebody, you get spoken into. Somebody absolutely reminds you who you are. I'm going to tell you one quick thing before I read this. I went to the 125th Black Business Conference this summer. And I was in my queen duties as Her Excellency, because I am Her Excellency, of the nation of Shiraz, the Black nation here in Atlanta. I am the Prime Minister of Women's Rights and Empowerment for this nation. And so I'm there in all my queenly duties and looking like that. And a woman asked me, "What do you do?" So I told her about the Healing House of Roses. She said, "I love that." She said, "That sounds like my friend Monica. Monica, come over here. You need to meet her." So Monica comes over and she says, "I know you. You got the Rose Sanctuary. I've been to your house. You have? Twice I've been to your house. You don't remember me? I came with Christopher Jones and I did yoga and yes, your hair was different. Yes. And I no longer had to say a word. That lady sat there and spoke about my house for 30 minutes and then asked me a question. And I saw that. What was that exactly? And it's probably five women there. And she's saying everything that I would have needed to say. But as God would have it, she said it. I didn't have to do anything. All I had to do was show up. Show up. God will orchestrate the plan just for you. That lady said, listen. So Monica said, I got a house. I'll give you the keys. I got a house. You could use it right now. You could do the whole thing in there. I saw your house. It's beautiful. I would love for you to do it at my house. But the thing is, wherever I go, I gotta live there. If I can't live there, it becomes a job. It has to be at ease. So I have to live there. So I couldn't live there, so that didn't work. However, there are many people who have what you need. You just have to keep showing up and talking about it. So our author says you paid for this. No, I'm sorry. You get paid for this. You get paid for that's even better. You get paid for this. You get paid for this. It says find out what you like doing best and get someone to pay you for doing it. The quote is by Catherine Whitehorn. Find out what you like doing best. Find somebody to pay you to do it. And boy, oh boy, if y'all not getting what Dr. Tawana is putting down, that's how you're gonna get paid for doing it because somebody gonna see it. When you lay out what it is that you love to do and people can find it, oh baby, it's on and popping from there. So it goes, as I page through Frank Levinson's Adventures on Horseback guest book, I occasionally glance out the picture window from his ranch, overlooking meadows, palm trees, and ocean panorama. Amid the many enthusiastic comments, one caught my eye. And you get paid for this? I'm sending you my resume. The writer was referring to the fact that Frank is living his dream and being supported for it. Frank has taken what many people consider vacation and turned it into vocation. Did y'all pick that up? Turn your vacation into vocation. When people talk about retirement, retirement is from doing something that you don't want to do. But if you're doing what you love, you'll never retire. People say that to me. I say, oh, I'm never retiring. You're never retiring? No, I'm never retiring because I don't do anything I don't want to do. That people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that. I don't do anything I don't want to do. So, what is retirement? I love what I do. I love the lives I get to impact. I love to get to speak to you and say the words that God gives me to say every day. They ask me, why do you do it? You don't get paid. Who said? Who said I don't get paid? You don't see money, so you think I'm not getting paid. Oh, I get paid. I get paid, and every time I get to go to the Marietta Diner and hang out with the people on this call. I get paid every time they pick up the phone and see some word of, I love you. I'm so grateful for you. I get paid to do what I'm doing. Go ahead, Nona Carey.
And today is Zoom day. So you can get paid today too. So make sure y'all send her some money for Zoom. Thank
Uh,
you.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate you. That's my local accountant. So I get paid always, always. So figure out what you love to do for vacation and turn it into your vocation. You see these travelpreneurs, travel entrepreneurs that are creating content, and they're not getting paid by the social. They're not paid by social media. They're paid by the hotel or the resort. They're paid by them. So what will you do as your vocation? So here's some points to consider when trying to assess whether or not you're in your right job. You know you're in your right place if you feel you should be paying people to let you do what they're already paying you for. Let me read that again. You know you're in the right place if you feel you should be paying people to let you do what they are already paying you to do. I should be paying you. This is so much fun. I should be paying you. That's how I feel in my coaching work. And you know you're in the wrong place if you are laboring in a position that is made worthwhile only by the money. If you're working for money, probably not a happy place. Some other good diagnostic questions for the right livelihood are: do you get up in the morning with a sense of enthusiasm, looking forward to what is before you? Do you feel creative and inspired to expand? Do you have more energy at the end of your work session than when you began? Do people thank you for making their life easier or more beautiful? Do you feel the spirit is working through you to deliver results that you could not have manifested on your own? Would you want your child to create a profession with the attitude you hold towards yours? Mm, you want that to be your legacy, is what they ask. You deserve to be paid for doing what you love. You deserve to be uplifted by what you do. You deserve to live your personal destiny through your vocation. Don't waste any more time in an unfulfilling job. Ooh, that can't be no clearer about what people need to be doing. I think he's talking to me. Begin now to create the life your heart yearns to live. Someday, someone will write in your guest book, and you get paid for this. Help me find peace and fulfillment in my work. I am richly rewarded for following my dreams. Let me tell y'all something. This is our second time going through this book. I don't remember that. When I tell you God is screaming in this season, screaming for you to step in and step out into the thing that is on your heart to do. Stop wasting time. Stop playing games. Get to the work because the kingdom is depending on you in this season. In this season, we need each of us in our rightful places doing the work that God has put on your heart to do because the people need it. The people need everything from the good hair care to the good skin care to the good workout session, the good speeches, the good word. We need all of it. We need all aspects of life to be held by kingdom people, by people who love people, not people who sit like they at the DMV and hate what they doing. We need people to show up in what they love so that when a person comes that is hurt and downtrodden and broken, and you sit up and look at them with your beautiful God eyes and your God smile, and you tell them it's already all right. And they can believe you. You become the hope that people need to see. There's so many people who are hopeless right now. And that's why I believe the messages are blaring. This thing from 1997, we said this book was written. It said, where is it? Don't waste any more time in an unfulfilling job. Begin now. Begin when? Now. Begin when? Now. When would now be a great time to start? Begin now to create the life your heart yearns to live. Someday somebody will write in your book and you get paid for this. The Bible says now faith. Faith says now o'clock. Now o'clock. I remember people saying similar words when they came to the healing house. This is a wonderful thing that you're doing. And the part that it says, your heart yearns, I literally said to somebody, I have to change the plan because my heart yearns to do the work. So I don't know who this message is for, but I definitely know the message is for me. So I'm going to let that part marinate and I'm going to go ahead and turn our space over to the illustrious Dr. Tawana Ross. Hold on, let me press record first. It didn't let me do that the last time. Because we don't want to miss none of the words. Didn't want to miss none of the words. Hold on. Allow. And then here. Record to. And confirm. It's week 3. Y'all better get y'all pen and paper together.
Got to get your pen and paper together. And now is a really good time to open your Word document that you've been using for the last couple of weeks to create. If you have that handy, that would be fantastic for today, ladies and gentlemen. I saw a gentleman.
Yes, yes.
We are in week 3. No new slides today, you will notice. And that's simply because we cannot move forward until we wrap up this piece that we've been working on for the last couple of weeks. So give you a moment right now to jot down your goal for this week and what you intend to do with LinkedIn this week. Go ahead and write your goal down. While you're at it, if you're keeping all this in the same place, go ahead and check out your goal from last week and give yourself a thumbs up or thumbs down in terms of whether or not you hit your goal last week. And if you didn't, don't beat yourself up, please. We are here for an extended period of time. So you will notice that, yes, there's homework in between our sessions, although if you get behind at any point, you'll be able to catch up pretty quickly because we're moving at a pace that's pretty feasible. So this week is actually designed for you to get caught up, so to speak, because as I mentioned, we can't actually move forward. And the reason is because we've been talking about this headline piece for a little bit. And what comes after what we will start discussing today, we started last week, and actually start working on, you've got to have your headline solid in order for us to keep building. Okay, so one thing that I didn't mention last week when we were working on your headline is that your headline at the top of the page is your value proposition, your brand statement that you give us right up front. However, the rest of your page has to follow suit. Okay, the rest of your page has to funnel up to whatever the statement is that you've made in your headline. That means we build off of your headline. Okay, so I want to make sure that you have time before we dive into the next couple of weeks, which is all content creation, that you have your headline solid and that you have taken the time over this past week to think through the things that are going to make up the rest of your page and the content that helps us understand your brand. So for those of you that were here last week, you know that last week we talked about these 3 pieces that will be incorporated into your messaging. Okay, so we get an opportunity today. Oh, and I forgot to let you know, just as a disclaimer, because I don't normally do this. I had to actually set my timer for today because I do have a hard stop here within the next hour, 15 minutes on my side. So I did have to set my alarm clock so that I don't go over and cause chaos. So that's not normal, but every now and then I'll just glance over and make sure that I'm not running out of time. But with the time that we do have today, we're going to spend really our whole time in open coaching. Okay, so this is your opportunity to get solid with your headline, which is the verbiage that we're going to build off of. But I also want to give you an opportunity to talk through and workshop, brainstorm any of the pieces here that have to do with your personal brand that are going to be carried into your homework and your content creation for the next couple of weeks. I'll give you more on that. But what I would like to do, first, let me give you a refresher for those maybe that weren't here last week. These 3 pieces here, your top values, your superpowers, and your differentiation. Okay, let me do this real quick. In case you missed it or just need a review, right? So we're talking about your values. We have got to see on your LinkedIn page what you're all about, what's important to you. Like if we read through your whole profile and we don't walk away from it knowing what's important to you, we've missed the boat. Okay. So when it comes to understanding your top values, it really means looking inward to, as we were just talking a little while ago when Dr. Darlaina said, you want to get paid for things you love doing, right? So what are those things you love doing? This piece is going to force you to look inward and identify those things that are important to you so that you can weave it into your actual messaging. Okay. I know that part in particular from what people tell me is that it's tough sometimes to look inward and think about what matters to you and what your value is based in. So that's an activity that I want you to start considering in terms of creating your content. This one, though, is one of my favorites because this one really forces you to puff your chest out. Okay, I need you to understand always how to communicate what your superpowers are. Okay, always. And in the corporate world, I remember in the corporate world, we used to call these your transferable skills. Okay. I think the term transferable skills kind of waters down the power. And it's the power here that I want you to lay on. Your superpower, the power, that innate gift that you were given from your creator, right? That superpower, that thing that you do better than anybody else, right? Your superpower, the thing that you do naturally, and you're questioning why people should pay you for it because you do it naturally, right? It's your superpower. All the things that you do better. I need you to get in the habit of communicating that in your messaging. Okay. What is it that you do better than everybody else? And then the last one to consider as you're thinking about your overall messaging is your differentiation. Okay. Some of us work in fields that are very crowded, right? Some of us are coaches, as an example, right? There are millions upon millions of coaches, just like doctors, right? Lots of doctors. So when it comes to understanding what makes you different and unique, first you've got to identify the things that you do the same as everybody else in your lane, right? So if you're a coach, okay, what you do is the same as other coaches, meaning you probably have a certification in the skill set of coaching, right? And in that certification for the skill set of coaching, we all follow a particular protocol within coaching, right? That skill set we all come to the table with. It's the same across the board, right? What makes you different, though, than other coaches, other doctors, other teachers, etc., you've got to land on that so that you can add that to your messaging. Okay. I learned this lesson the hard way. Trust me. Back in the day, way back in the day when I first started, uh, I knew I was late to the party learning LinkedIn back in 2014 because everybody else was already on it, already established and whatnot. Uh, but when I got into my business and started working in this space, I remember just telling people I'm a life coach because I was. My first certification was as a life coach. Okay. Now, if you know anything about life coaching, if you have certification yourself, you know that's as broad of a category as possible, right? Life coaching, that's your life, the entirety of your life as a category, versus what I learned in marketing myself as a life coach. But the reality was the problems I was solving for people landed in completely different columns. Okay. So I'm marketing myself as a life coach, but the results that people walk away with had to do with their brand, had to do with their business. So the life coach title wasn't helping me. Right. So learning the differentiation is when I finally got the aha moment and discovered that, oh, if I go get certified as a brand coach and get certified as a business coach, then the results that folks walk away with align with the whole framework in those two lanes, which made me different than all of the life coaches that I started with. Right? There was a clear differentiator. As soon as I went and got a couple of extra certifications in other lanes, the people that I started with in my life coaching certification, those people stayed in the life coaching space. I took off. My business took off. It took off because I was able to express to people what made me different and unique. And it wasn't going along with the masses and marketing myself as a life coach. Okay. Now, do I have life coach clients? Absolutely. Right. But the point here in identifying what makes you different and unique is that those are selling points that everybody else doesn't have. Right. We talked last week about how I work with people in building their presence on LinkedIn without them having to be famous. Okay. That's a differentiator. That's a huge differentiator because the clients who hire me have already hired all the other big time coaches whose mission it was to get the millions upon millions of followers. They've already invested in those programs. They already read those books. They already did those courses. They didn't walk away with millions of followers. But at the core of it, they understood they didn't want millions of followers. They didn't want that. Therefore, they weren't attracting that. So when they found out about me, they were attracted to what I do because what I do is for the people who don't want to be famous. Okay. That's a differentiator, right? So people who reach out to me come to me specifically because they realize, you know what? I got 2,000 followers. What the hell am I going to do with 2,000 followers? I can't seem to break through, right? Oh, let me help you. I don't have millions of followers. I don't have hundreds of thousands of followers. I have always had the same 10,000 people following me since day one. The same 10,000 people. And guess who's been paying me since day one? The same 10,000 people. Okay. The reason you don't see me marketing and advertising is because that same circle of people has been paying me since the beginning. 92% of my business is referral. Referral. That means I don't lift a finger. It means That story that Dr. Darlaina just told you about how somebody else ran the commercial for her, that's what happens in my life. That's what happens. Now, let me just point this out because I heard it in my head when I was listening to Dr. Darlaina. I'm pretty sure that our Creator puts people in our path who will run a commercial on our behalf with us standing right there in their presence. I'm pretty sure the Creator has this person cross our path because we would not brag on ourselves like that. We would not open our mouths to brag on ourselves the way that other person would. I'm convinced. I'm convinced that that's what happens. And I'll be transparent. I admit I'm that person who doesn't know how to brag on myself. And I work through this with my therapist. We literally go through bullet points. And it's not until I go through those bullet points where it dawns on me that, oh shit, okay, I understand my power now, right? Here's the dilemma most of us face. We can understand it when it's put in our face this way. We can understand it when someone makes us read through the bullet points that make up our legacy, right? We can understand it at that point. The hurdle that we all have to get over if we're in this boat is that it shouldn't take for us to be told. It shouldn't take for someone to say, here, read through this list of accomplishments. It shouldn't take that for us to puff our chest out. And so one thing that I'm working through is replacing the word brag in my life, because I think that's where my holdup is, my own blockage. I hear the word brag, and that sounds like self indulging to me, like something narcissists do. So bragging is not something that I've uh, been able to do freely. So I'm learning to replace that word and call it what it is. What it really is you know how to communicate your value. When you look at it that way, that's what allows you to start seeing your brand, your real brand, and what your brand is all about. Okay. So I want you to get to this space where you understand your superpowers and what makes you uniquely different. That's great. In addition to that, being able to communicate that effectively with the marketplace on your own, like you exude the pride that comes along with that. Okay. So it's an open forum today to get any feedback on your headline if you're still working through that, and also to talk through any of these pieces that have to do with your brand, because we're going to need that for our homework. I'm going to pause here because Dr. D had her hand up, and I want to get your question answered, and then we're going to open the floor.
So, what I was thinking when you said about the person doing the commercial, I think the hardest part is while they're doing the commercial is for you to stand in it,
Yeah.
for you to be quiet and let them say it
Yeah.
and not interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time I'm like, what? And then something in my, like, God will shut your mouth.
Yes.
God will shut your mouth so that you can allow this person to say all of the things.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned to be quiet when somebody is giving me a compliment, telling somebody else something, whatever it might be. I just let them go.
Yeah.
Let them go. And every time I walk in Rice, somebody else is telling somebody else about who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And so the second thing about my LinkedIn profile is after yesterday, I think I want to change the whole thing. I want to change the whole thing to reflect just the Healing House of Roses. I want to focus
Mm.
there, because I'm about to, on the 14th, I start with the Healing House of Roses, the podcast. On the 14th, I start shooting the podcast for that. And so the goal is to create a pipeline to the healing work that I do. Now, if I know that coaching and speaking will come from that, but I don't want to lead with keynote speaker and all of that. I think that I want to lead with the work because that's what I want. I want to attract not just individuals, but also corporate contracts for wellness and healing and all of that. So I know that right now, what my LinkedIn profile says does not speak to that. So I just want a clean slate and start all over. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Oh no, thank you for sharing, because I bet you somebody else is thinking down a similar path. So let me just clarify something, and then I got a couple other hands up that I want to get to as well. Uh, your LinkedIn profile, this is for everybody. Your LinkedIn profile is, think of it like a holding company, right? When you go to, some of you are into how you set up your businesses so that you can protect yourself and your assets over the course of your life, right? When you have a holding company, your holding company may have all of your businesses rolling into it. So let's say you got like 3 LLCs. If you got 3 separate LLCs, you probably have a holding company, right? That controls all of them. Your LinkedIn profile is similar, meaning we go to your profile, we should be able to see the big umbrella, the big category of you. In addition to that, we should see all the LLCs, all of the individual pieces that make up you. Okay. So what Dr. Darlaina is talking about here, not wanting to lead with speaker, coach, etc. There is a specific place on your profile. If you scroll down your page, there's a section called experience. Okay. We're going to actually create the content for your experience section in a couple of weeks, but you know the section down there under experience. And I've even shown you before on someone's profile how you will have multiple hats that you wear listed under the experience section. Okay. So just to clarify with Dr. Darlaina's example here, in that section, we should see all of the individual hats that you wear. If you know that there is a priority on certain hats, you're going to position those hats higher in the experience section. But I encourage all of you to list all the hats that you want to be paid for. Okay. Your messaging is one thing, but listing the individual hats is another, because LinkedIn is a search engine. So if you are a speaker, as an example, and you want to be paid for speaking, you want to have that hat listed on your profile so that when someone randomly does a search for speakers, they will find you. Okay. So I just want you to get it in your head, and this is for everyone, because we'll get to the experience section in a couple of weeks. But for right now, in building the message about your brand, which is what we're doing right now, that's all about you. Okay. Not what you do. It's all about who are you. Okay. So on your actual profile, that experience section further down the page, that is what do you do? Whereas the about section that we're about to create is who are you, right? Some of you know the idea that in business, we have to know, like, and trust you before we can buy from you, right? Your LinkedIn profile is set up perfectly for that, because the top of your page, which is the about section, if you do this effectively, that's where we get to know, like, and trust you, because that section is all about you. Who are you? Not about what you do. It's who are you? Okay, so those 3 things that we just talked about, your values, what makes you different and unique, your superpowers, that is who are you. Okay, so for now, for the next couple of weeks in doing the about section, I want your focus to be on you, not what you do. Okay, make us know, like, and trust you. I think I saw Miss Sherry's hand first, and then we got you up next, Miss Tori.
Okay, I put my hand up so I could get in line
Oh, you're
because I
you're
have
in
questions.
line.
I'm in line. So I know you went over this, but I'm in my page now and I'm not clear on where I'm putting my um hmm, my about or my um yeah, my about information.
Mhm.
So does that go where it says company or organization, or is that just so let me finish. Let me That's the question. Does it go where it says company or organization um in my profile, or does it go under services, or does it go under description?
If you don't see a heading that says about right now, and I'm gonna pull up your page so we can see. Um, Let me share my screen and this
Do
is for
you have
everybody.
to So is it important to, number one, verify, and do you also have to sign up as a pro?
Yes.
Oh, great question. So the verify, let's see, which one am I sharing?
Is there any
Here we
way you
go.
can share the screen so that all of us can see? Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Doing right now. Hey, y'all, did you see Sherry Shepherd got her what you call it the other day? Star, I was gonna say Star David. Star her Walk
On
of
the
Fame,
Hollywood
Hollywood.
Walk of Fame. Yeah, no, I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
She was
Mm,
there getting her star the other day.
Mm.
TJ was there because I told you they're best friends. So TJ was there shooting it live on Facebook. It was beautiful.
all
Um,
right.
okay,
Zoom.
Sherry Hobson. Miss Sherry, there's a chance you don't have uh is this one you?
It doesn't
This
say
one,
about.
I remember yours. I
It doesn't say
remember.
about. And when
Oh, you have it.
when I hmm, let's see, where is it? Okay, well,
Uh-huh.
I'm in my computer. I didn't see about. Let me scroll down.
You do have to click on where it says see more because it
Oh, I
only shows
see
you.
about, because at
Uh-huh.
first I was just staying up where my picture was because I didn't um as soon as you come to my page, that's another question. Do I keep that photograph, which is about ooh, it's probably about 20 years old, or do I, put a new headshot? The reason I keep this is because it actually
The
shows
headpiece.
the headpiece.
So we're gonna fix your whole life right here in 60 seconds. Okay.
Okay, fix my whole life in 60 seconds.
Right here, just this one section. And just to clarify for everyone else, she mentioned her about section, which is down here. This is what we're going to be working through. Okay. So if you don't have anything here yet, that's all right. That's because last week you started identifying what type of content, what type of messaging will go here, but you're about to start creating the content that goes here over the next couple of weeks. But where we are not moving forward from is right here. Okay, so I need everyone to have a solid headline, which is this piece right here under your name. Okay,
Right.
so for you, Miss Sherry, overhaul right here. I'm going to do three things. I'm going to take this profile picture and exchange it for the one you have on Zoom.
Okay, and
Your
that's
Zoom background.
exactly, yeah,
Yep.
that's my most recent headshot that was taken 2 years ago, but that's more, that's me.
It doesn't matter how recent it is.
Okay.
Okay. The reason I would choose your Zoom headshot is because that one says pay me, bitches. This one does not.
Oh Lord. See, you speak my language. That's
Ah,
why I gotta laugh
ah.
because so many people, if I say a bad word, You shouldn't say that, or da 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 da. I'm like, leave me alone. God
if
knows
if I
who
didn't
I am.
say it, you wouldn't have gotten the message. So say what you got to say, right? That's how I
That
look at
part.
it. If I
That's
bite my tongue, you're not going to get the message. The message is pay me, bitches, pay me. That's the message. When you come on LinkedIn, this isn't for friends and family. That's what Facebook and Twitter and TikTok are for. Friends and family don't pay you. That's why you hang out over there. When you come
that's
over
right.
here, when you come hanging out over here, you're coming to hang out over here to network with professionals who are going to pay you for whatever your superpowers are. But you're not going to make us want to pay you with pictures that look like you could be our friend. Okay. That picture looks like you could be my friend. I would want to be your friend when I see that picture. When I see the picture that you have as your Zoom background, I know I better have a budget to even work with you. And I know I better have my shit together because you're not going to allow me to do anything less than. That's what your Zoom picture says to me. Okay. That says a professional I want to work with and invest my money into. So I choose that picture. Now, the headpieces that you want to display, because that's your business and you want people to see your work, I would take this real estate here for your banner
Right.
and put images. Let me be specific here. Professional images in your banner,
Mhm.
meaning go through any of your recent, doesn't have to be recent, but any professional brand shots that you've got where you did an actual brand photo shoot. Take
Okay.
any and all of those images and create a standout visual here at the top that makes us see your headwear. Okay. Along with maybe some text, I would go light on the text and focus more on the headpieces, or just all, because you don't just do headpieces. Your jewelry, if I remember correctly.
Right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
all of
Yeah.
that. Yeah, be very visual and show us your pieces up here. Okay, so you
Okay.
got three things there, Miss Sherry. You got your background image, you got your profile headshot, and your headline. All three are together, when we open your page, are going to send a completely different message.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think the first time I touched on the header, it said something about add a slideshow in premium. And so I thought that was the only way I could put anything up there was if I became a premium member. And then I continued to click on things. And now I see I can upload photos. I don't have to be a premium
yeah.
member in order to do that. But that's like that, that first tease. If you don't know anything about LinkedIn or you don't know to keep clicking,
Right.
you would, get your card out and start paying for stuff that you don't absolutely have to pay for yet.
That makes sense. Now, premium you
Mhm.
do absolutely need to pay for. Okay. So let me
Exactly.
answer that part of your question, because you did have the question about whether or not you need premium as well as um,
To
verified.
verify.
So the
Mhm.
verified piece is great for your I was going to say privacy, but it's not about privacy. It's about people knowing that you are who you say you are, right? So they verify your ID. Someone can't uh, create an account with your name and your content, because a
Okay.
verified account has been verified with actual ID. That's verified. The part that you need to pay for, though, is the premium access. And we talked last week about why. There are really two reasons why, two main ones. There's a whole lot of reasons why you get more features and functionality. That's really it. But one of the main features that you get is you can see who's viewed your profile for the previous 3 months. Whereas if you have the free account, you can only see 5 people at a time, which
Hmm.
is terrible for prospecting. So that one feature alone is worth it. But the other thing is, when you have premium, you're sending a message about your brand. You're sending a message that tells us you have invested in your brand on the one platform where it matters. Okay. When we see that someone doesn't have premium, we instantly make a judgment about that person, which may not be true or correct. Okay. So it really is worth it. I just brought this up real quick, and then I'm going to go to Miss Tori, just as a visual reminder for everyone of the kind of impact that could be made when we open your profile. Okay, so the three things that I just gave Miss Sherry is the same three that I would give any of you that need this piece of your profile to stand out. Okay, it's your profile picture, it's your profile banner, it's your profile headline. Those three things, 1, 2, 3. We haven't scrolled. We opened a page and we stayed right here. We did not scroll. And you see right here the impact that your brand could make before we even digest any of your content. Okay. Thank you, Miss Sherry. Let's go to Miss Tori, and then I see you, Miss Manya. I have not checked the chat, so bear with me on that. But
Thank
Uh,
you.
let's interrupt for 1 second and just say I am wearing a pair of Sherry's earrings that she
aren't
gifted
they beautiful? I mean, those are gorgeous, by the way.
me this
Thank
year.
you.
Yes.
So talented.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Who'd we
I'm
just say?
sorry, y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Good morning, first off. I just wanted to come in to make sure first, my first question was before I forget. How do I obtain my life coach and business coach certificate? I didn't know that there was a certificate that you could get for that, but that is definitely something that I'm interested in because I'm on a journey right now, changing my mindset and becoming a better person, and also marketing my business. And other businesses have started to reach out to me already about doing so. So I just want to know, like, what would be the best route to go about doing that?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm trying to remember the name of this place. So, quick answer. Oh, Life Coach Institute, Orange County. I don't think that's right. Quick answer. Yes, coaching as a profession has certifications. Okay.
Oh,
Your starting point is ICF, International Coaching Federation. Okay. Even though coaching as an industry is not regulated yet, it will be. And when it becomes regulated, most people will tell you it's the ICF that would be the governing body. So you want to make sure that whatever coaching certification you go after is one that is accredited with the ICF. Okay, that's your starting point. That
okay.
said, I'm going to give all of you this one for a specific purpose. If you don't already have a coaching certification, rather than spending the next year and a half to 2 years of your life getting a coaching certification and investing $20,000 to $30,000 to do that, I highly suggest that you take your $1,000, maybe I think it was like $9.99 or something. I don't know. You take your $1,000 in a 3-day weekend, all right, and you go get this certification. It's 3 days. The first day they teach you the skill set. What is coaching? They actually go through step 1, 2, 3. This is coaching. Day 2, you practice what you learned on day 1. So you do actual coaching with other people in the class on day 2. And then day 3, they teach you how to start your coaching business. So getting up to speed with an actual business. That's 3 days of your life to get the core components of what coaching is all about, but walk out with a certification accredited by the ICF that says now you can legitimately take clients. Okay. And you could do that right now without certification because we're not regulated. You can legit have coaching clients today. However, if you want a certification, I do recommend this program is called Life Coach Institute of Orange County, except I think they changed their name. So I actually have to look it up. Institute. I can't remember what they changed their name to, but here, not them, not them. Well, here we go. Certified Life Coach Institute is what they're called now. Okay. These folks right here, I'm telling you, you can go through the $30,000 programs if you want to. That's great. If you're sitting on 30K, do it, right? But for the rest of us that need a solution right now, these folks, okay? What I love about them is once you complete your certification, you can go back to any classes. You can go back to the same class over and over for the rest of your life for free. Now, why does that matter to you? Maybe it doesn't. It matters to me though, because I've gone back to this course 4 times. Okay, so I went and got my certification the first time. And then I immediately started going back the next year. I've done this 4 times because the first time I went back, I noticed that I was the only person in the room, other than the teacher, I was the only person in the room who had any coaching experience. Because everybody else was going through the course to get certified. They didn't have any coaching experience. So I was sitting in the back of the room, always having an example of something being called on to answer questions and give examples, because I was the only person in the room that had any experience. Do you know, by that 3rd day, the first time I went back, that 3rd day, I had 4 new clients sitting in that one class. That time, the first time. So I said, well, if I can get 4 people just sitting in the room, why don't I just keep doing this? And that's why I keep going back. I recently, last year, got master certified through them, which is another reason I recommend them. Because if you're looking for master certification, which is the highest you can go as a coach, which is normally several years, okay? I really appreciated their program. Was maybe 4 days, maybe. It could have been 3, but I think it was 4. They were long days, but I mean, once you get your certification, you're done. Okay. And they're not going to break the bank. So I highly recommend them for any of you that want to add coaching as a revenue stream for your business, because a lot of you are doing coaching work for free. Okay. Sorry, didn't mean to step on that toe. Miss Manya.
Now let me ask you a question. So
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Miss Tori.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. So I have a meeting today with the first brand that I will be working with, and I don't know. I didn't tell her a price, but y'all don't laugh at the price that I was thinking. So I'm gonna just tell y'all what my thought process was. I was gonna tell her $1,000. $100 a month, and that was gonna be for 1 in-person session and 4 phone calls once a week for 20 minutes.
Miss Tori,
Yes.
I rebuke whatever spirit.
Yes, I'm just getting started.
I rebuke any and all spirits that have come and no, this is unacceptable.
Okay.
On so many levels. Now, the person, if you already told them this information, or
I didn't tell her anything yet.
you didn't. Okay, thank goodness.
No, I was waiting until I got in the room with you all.
Yeah. We're never going to use this language ever again. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We're never going to do this again. Here, I have it up right here. Look, I'll show it to you. I'm going to show it to you. This is like show and tell right here. Okay, you all know this big company called Verizon, right? Now, Verizon just asked me. I used to work for them, so I still have connections there. I still do some business and speak and take care of some of their folks. This one manager asked me to come up with individual private sessions for her team, because we do group sessions with her team. which is great and all, but she thought that having private sessions with me would be an added bonus. So I did that. Hey, by the way, she had me do this, and they were supposed to sign up for it yesterday. I made 10 spots for these folks. 6 of them signed up. So if anybody wants this, you can have it. Because this doesn't exist in the real world. I don't do pricing like this in the real world. We talked about that the first week I was here. You saw that Kristen the Truth Jones, the 10-year-old, paid his $10,000 to work with me. Okay. So this doesn't exist to the real world. But for Miss Tori and all of you, if anyone says that they're going to hire you and they're going to pay you $100 a month to coach, to have you as their coach, run. Do not accept that client. Run. Because nobody invests $100 a month in themselves. Okay. Nobody. Nobody. That's not an investment. So for everybody, remember I told you a few weeks ago, we deal with commas and zeros around here. Okay. We do. We deal with commas and zeros. Now, you should always be ready to have 2 price points available at all times. I really think 3, but I'm gonna go at 2 to get you started for those of you that are starting in this space around what do I charge. Okay. There are two ways to address what you're charging. One is charging people for your time. Okay. The other is charging people for the results they're going to walk away with. Right. Now, when you're working with someone long term, like this one for Miss Tori was going to be multiple months because the client would pay per month. So if you were to add up how much time you're spending with that person, you should have a dollar amount in your mind for how much your time is. Okay. But what Miss Tori gave us an example of was spending more than time with her client. This was an ongoing coaching relationship. And at that point, your time is one thing, but the results are most likely what you're charging for. Okay. So in that space, I want you to take what you're doing and think about what your per hour rate would be. Okay. In your mind, what is someone going to pay per hour, per session to work with you? Identify
At
that.
this point, it need to be $100 an hour. The way y'all was on here laughing.
No. It's not $100 an hour. We're not in the right. We're not in the right.
We gotta bring it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so maybe she not my ideal client then, because she is my friend, so I kind of know her financial situation. So maybe she isn't the client that I should be going after.
She's your
If
friend.
yes,
Yeah, and it's okay. Like we like our friends, right? It's okay for our friends to be our friends. You just cannot build and sustain a business with your friends. Okay.
okay,
Because your friends do want the discounts. Your friends do want your services for $100 a month. That's not happening. Okay. So to answer your question, what I started with, I'll give you where I started because I want you to have a starting point.
Okay.
$500 an hour when I started.
$500 an hour.
Yes, ma'am.
That's an abundance right there.
No, that's low, ma'am. That's too low. One of my coaches
change
charges
my mindset
me.
all the way then.
Listen, no, I have a coach that charges me $11.60 per session. $11.60 per session. And that's because I didn't have the money to get her program. The actual program is $30,000. So I got to pay for individual sessions at $11.60 a pop. That's not $11, by the way. Okay. So
no, they say that as much as we think about things being high or low, right? It takes the same amount of work to attract a low paying client as it does to attract a high paying client. I met a real estate agent that went from residential to commercial, and she said it was the same work to do commercial real estate, but the payoff was six figures at every turn. So the same goes for coaching. You could charge $100, but there's a difference between the person who pays 100, the person who pays 500, the person who pays 1,000, the person who pays 2,000. The higher you go up that level, those people have more skin in the game and will do the work. They will not take your time as a joke. $100, I eat that at the diner. Like
Exactly.
they don't pay that any. So you that's where the mindset change has to be. And that's
Right.
not just for you, Tori. That's for all of us.
Everybody.
One have been screaming at me about this 125. I started with 125, then I went to 250, and I kind of been at 250 for a while. But what I'm hearing now is not just you, Tori. I'm hearing it's time to elevate.
Yeah, for everybody. Because here's the thing, most of you would tell me, if I asked you who your demographic is, most of you would tell me you're going after the high end clientele. Okay. I promise you, all day, every day, I promise you that high end clientele that you want is not checking for you in this price range. They are not. Those people in that category that you want as your clients believe in investing in themselves. They believe in that. Like it's a part of their DNA. They seek out ways to invest in themselves so they can continue to grow. But for them, that means they're not going to get the results they want at that price point, right? They're not going to get it. Think of it like this. Cheeseburgers, right? You can buy a cheeseburger in every single price range, right? You want $1 cheeseburger, you go to White Castle. You want some real good cheeseburger with that Kobe beef or whatever it is. You go to Singapore. They in Dubai they got a $1 million burger. Okay, this is they're the same. They're both cheeseburgers. One's $1, one's $1 million. Okay, but the people who are looking for an experience are going to invest $1 million because to them $1 million is nothing. They get that experience of that extra delicious whatever experience. Okay, I'm telling you all, when it comes to your pricing, the people that you want to attract are not checking for you if your rates are low. They're not looking for the bargain discounts. And that might be why I actually had to talk to my team about this. So this deal that I was showing you with Verizon, I made 10 of these spots for their team, and six of them took the opportunity. But maybe I think maybe if I'm looking at, well, why didn't everybody jump on that? Well, it's probably because some of the folks maybe don't actually want to do the work, but also I bet you my price point is not satisfactory for the people who are actually at the top of the chain. They see $5,000 and they probably think, no, because I normally pay 50K for my coaching. Right. Whatever the reason, I did just put the link in the chat. So if anybody wants this, since they didn't take all of them, I don't care if you want to get it, because I promise you, I don't do 6 months of coaching for $5,000. It doesn't exist. The reason these people got it is because Verizon paid for the overall contract. They paid for the overall contract, which allows their employees to get this discount. But if you want it, take it. I don't have a problem sharing, Miss Dr. Darlaina. If you want to share that with the people, the YouTube and the IG folks, go ahead. I'm all for it. We can share the opportunity. But for all of you dealing with the question of what do you charge for your services, I need you to add the commas and zeros. That's what I need you to do. I need you to add the commas and zeros. Now, when we go back to building this brand persona and this messaging that shows why you are different and unique, you should naturally begin to lean in, walk into this space, knowing that you belong there, because of the value you bring to the table.
Yeah.
Okay. I sure hope that helped Miss Tori. So I know Miss Manya was next.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you all. Divine day, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Ross. Of course, Dr. Rose. I just had a quick question about the header and then about the about, because I think I was getting a little confused throwing all of the information into the header.
Sure.
Because at first I thought that that's where they, of course, first gets to know you and see what you're doing. And at this moment, I'm in a juxtaposition of, all right, I have, like I said, I am totally only doing the things I love, right? That's going to bring the income. And the things I love, I do well. So as I'm bringing my businesses that I already had planned, and then these other ideas, because now it's like just trying to find all the streams of income, can all of those be on that one LinkedIn page? Because I don't want to seem like I'm a gumbo soup of things that, I'm doing this, that, but what do I really do? So that the header part, like you saw, I saw the Stacy one, the header part had little like hashtags, something, something, blah, the poster or whatever. And it just listed little things. It didn't really create like to me, that header was just kind of like um bullet points, and kind of skill sets. So I was a little confused because then the about, like with Miss Sherry, the about was given about. So I think I had it twisted where I was putting the about as my header. Like you see how she just has little unapologetically those things. It's not sentences. It's just little pieces and stuff. So I was just saying I may be a little confused. I thought that underneath there was supposed to kind of be more of um me telling about me. But it's kind of more the way this looks like your skill set. So or just like, the things that you do. So I just want to know, as the about goes, are these just it's the about more sentences, and this part right up here where the underneath your photo is just supposed to just be the different little things that you do?
Yes, it's a little bit of both.
Of
So
both?
it's two things in particular in your headline, and this is for everybody as a refresher from a couple of weeks ago, because this is the piece I need you to be solid on after today. There are two pieces to your headline. Let me see if I can get you. I think BB has this. Let's check BB. Come on, BB. No, who has this? Um, I hate to use my own because that's just gross, but I think I have to for this. There are two pieces to your headline. Okay, here you go. One is going to be your uh, value proposition. Okay. And another is going to be the series of keywords and phrases that you want to be known for. Okay, so that's kind of what you saw with Stacy's, is a series of words, bullet points as you put them, right? So your headline is not a sentence per se, it's a headline, like in a newspaper or on a magazine. It's not a full sentence with a period. Okay, even the value proposition is not a full sentence per se. But between your value proposition and that series of keywords, you end up with a headline that is searchable and communicates what you actually do. So you're right. You do want to squish as much into that 220 characters as possible. It's just that you also have down here, which we're going to get to, you also have the about section, which is way more content that goes
Wow.
into who are you. Okay. So up here, this is like the Cliff Notes version in your headline. So think of a magazine, right? An actual magazine. On the cover, they don't give you the article, they just give you the headline, right? Yes. You open the magazine, you go read the article, and that's where you get your stuff. This is the same thing. Okay. So you've got your statement up top. Okay. So in hers, just to point this out, the sections, On hers, this is her value proposition. Okay. And if you remember back to a couple of weeks ago, our value proposition has 3 questions in it. What do you do? Who do you do it for? And why should we care? Right. So what do you do? Advising, right? Coaching. Who do you do this for? I saw it somewhere. She does this for the corporate space, right? And what are the results, or why should we care? Client acquisition growth. Everybody cares about growth. Okay. So, yes, you're right. It's a lot to cram into your headline, but also you have your about section that's going to clarify the story behind you. Okay. Not what you do, but you. Who are you? I'm going to use that as a segue real quick to set you up for your homework, because now you get to start creating this content. Okay. Why is that highlighted? That's interesting. I must have done that by accident.
Oh, and I meant to share about the pricing and all of that. One time when I was working for my boss, back in the day, he said that it's not what you're worth, it's what you negotiate.
So
And
true.
it stuck with me for a long time, all the way down to I actually used those same words on him when I was going in for a raise. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it was maybe probably about $5,000 to $6,000 more than they were going to give me,
Nice.
because I negotiated what I felt my worth. But he will say, if you keep on thinking about, oh, 100, you negotiate the most, because people are
Yeah.
looking for that money, and if you're negotiating low, you've actually out negotiated yourself. Like you're not even in the
Absolutely.
game. So
Exactly.
I just wanted to share
Exactly.
that with
It's so true.
Miss Tori too, especially. It's what you negotiate, and negotiate high.
Yes. I love that. And mind you, we all have to go through this process of learning where to land for pricing, all of us. And the one thing that I think made it clear for me over the years is looking at who I want to attract. The people in that category are looking for something specific. Do I have that? And if the answer is no, be okay with that, but find the category of people who are looking for where you land. Okay. So there are some people out there who actually will hire a coach for $100 a month. There are people who are looking for that. There are coaches who offer that. You just have to know, is that your space aligning you with the people you want to be working with? And what I know from experience is that if somebody is going to pay you $100 a month, they're not showing up for their sessions. They're not doing the work. They're not going to be a client that is going to give you a rave review after working with you, because $100 doesn't make anybody better at anything.
Mm,
Okay.
facts.
All
Doc-
right.
Dr. Tawana, look at the chat real quick at what Tori put in there.
Let me look at the chat real quick. My bad. I'm normally all over the chat, but today I missed it. Let me know what you think about it. Oh,
She used the word. She
she
used the
sure she leaned in. Okay. I'm gonna give this a 95%.
I'll take
Okay.
that. I'll take that coming from you.
I'm saying if this was your first stab at your headline, I'm giving this a 95% because it's damn near perfect. Okay. I would only do one thing differently. I would only
Okay, I'm
do
listening.
one thing differently. I might take out a few of your keywords to replace them with the actual statement. Here's why. When we, the buying public, we see credit repair, okay, in the marketplace, we see and hear about credit repair businesses. There's almost a negative connotation that comes along with it, almost. And it's because of all the people in the space that are just scammers. That there's a lot of scamming going on in the space. So I might remove some of that language to replace it with an actual value proposition. Now, that said, Miss Tori, it's more important for you in this space because everybody in your space is saying the same thing your headline says. Okay. So I don't want you to look like everybody else. I want you to stand out and be different. And I think the only thing that makes this different and unique is the value proposition. So removing something like tax, where did I see it? Credit Repair 101 and Elite Tax School. I would take that out and reframe it, rephrase it in a statement that you would say to your girlfriend, actual girlfriend. Okay, in that tone, because when we talk to our girlfriend, we're a little more real, we're less filtered, right? So break it down simply to your girlfriend, and it would probably sound something like, child, don't you know that I've turned these people's lives around by teaching them how to divorce their old money habits and adopt new ones that result in wealth? Oh, tell me more. Okay. There's a difference. One sounded like everybody else, which everybody else is saying, oh, tax repair, right? Credit repair. One says what you really do in real life. Okay. But I get out in the 95, Miss Tori. If that was your first crack at it, you did an excellent job. And I want you to wear that fractional CFO title. Okay. Oh, and one more thing for Miss Tori, so we can take the next question, which I think was Miss Manya. One more thing, Miss Tori, that fractional title, when you go to send a statement of work or a proposal and you're quoting someone for what that invoice is going to look like for you as a fractional CFO, that invoice per quarter is 50K. That's
Yes, ma'am.
50,000. Okay. So
Okay.
that if they hire you for the year as their fractional CFO, their 1 year investment is $200,000, period.
Okay.
Nothing less.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I had added, so take the credit repair out, and I'm gonna include helping entrepreneurs get their money right. I fix credit, build brands, and train tech pros to boss up with strategy, not stress.
Yes.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
now we're talking. Now we're moving in the right direction.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I do see Miss Noreen's hand up. I just want to make sure that Miss Manya put her. No, she
Yes,
went
you
already.
answered. You did. You
Yeah,
answered mine. I took it down. Yeah, you answered just about all, and especially what you just did, because now I see. And thank you, Miss Tori, because I can get creative with words. I have a lot of vocabulary that I need to use, and it seems like that's it. No,
nice. That
thank
was a
you.
great example, Miss Tori. Thank you.
Yes.
So we
Thank
got Miss
you.
Noreen's hand, and then I'm going to give you your homework.
What do you call it in the chat? The headline in the chat. And I had a question. Well, it's still a work in progress, but that's what I have right now.
Just
And
got
then I
it.
have a
Okay.
question like with this speaker, the keywords, should they be listed after? Because I had mine originally listed first on my LinkedIn, but they should be listed after, like I liberate women that are stuck, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, then put the speaker titles.
You know, with your language here, I would take your message first. I would actually let me workshop this in real life because we only have 220 characters in the headline, but I would take I liberate women that are stuck, divorced, or empty nesters. I take that piece. So they can break free and create the life they desire. That part would be your value proposition. That's what I would extract from this to make your actual statement. Then I would add in your bullet points after that because you make quite a statement right up front. I would hate for your statement to get lost behind your bullet points. Like you come out in our face with, I liberate women. I would lead with that if I were you. And then after your value proposition, list the bullet points, things like speaker. I'm going to upgrade you from speaker, though, and encourage you to add the word keynote speaker because it's a different pricing category. Okay. And if you can speak to an audience, you could do a keynote. All right. Even because I just heard in my head that somebody in their mind just now said, well, I've never done a keynote. I don't give a shit. Okay. If you've never done a keynote, who cares? Okay? Who cares if you've never done a keynote? If you want to do a keynote and you want to be paid in the future for doing keynote addresses, then you have to wear the keynote hat. Okay. So
Quick question with the
I would just add that one little word because it changes your pricing structure.
Thank you for that. I have a quick question with that. Like when you do your own events, you're the keynote speaker, so you can use it from that aspect as well.
Not exactly.
No, okay.
Not exactly, because when you do your own events, you most likely don't hire yourself as the keynote. And if you do, you might want to consider bringing in a team, like hiring a team, because you're not supposed to do the event and speak at the event yourself, which indicates you probably don't have a team of people, right? So as a speaker, you don't want to be the event planner, sponsor, manager, etc. You want to be the speaker. Those are two different pay structures. If you're doing your own event, then wear the hat of event planner, event manager, event whatever goes after that. But if you want to be paid as a speaker, that's a different hat.
Producer.
Event producer. Yep. Right. Those are different skill sets. So they really are two different hats to wear. They just happen to have different dollars associated with them too.
Thank you very much. Always helpful. Everything is helpful.
We got one more quick hand before we get
one more hand. I'm going to give you your homework.
Miss
Brandy.
Brandy.
Hi, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late to the party. I was following Darlaina this whole time. I didn't know I could be in the Zoom too. But thank you. Won't take much of your time because I know you only had like an hour. Did you check the time? I don't want you to miss your appointment.
Oh, they're all these, you know, the what we call them, the fair skinned folks. You know, they've been blowing up my phone all morning.
How do I show you my LinkedIn?
Palm colored, yes, that's it. That's exactly it. How do you show me? I'm gonna pull it up. Is it Brandy?
Yes.
And it's under Lewis?
Yeah, it should be. Yes.
Is there anything after Lewis? Is it hyphenated?
It says Brandy Anderson. It put it in the chat.
Oh, duh.
Look at you.
Let's just do it that way. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Thank you, Miss Brandy. So how do we pull up your profile? We just pull it up. Here we go. Yeah. Let's see what we're looking at.
I'm currently a government employee, but I'm not getting paid to work, but I must go to work. So I was just trying to listen to what you were saying. So I was adding stuff to my open to work, like a creative consultant, a storyteller, a branding consultant. Those are the things that I want to do, put the hats on, right? Like you said. So I had been part of like two businesses in the past, but they didn't like fully develop. And I still had this up because I just was like trying to support Black owned businesses. But is that necessary when I'm moving forward, or should I just like, is that's not my brand? I feel like that's my brand still, but I don't know how to. What can you take a look? Tell me what you think.
Mhm.
It's all about
Um,
you now. That's all I know. It's all about you now.
Okay,
it
okay,
sounds like it. It sounds like this is a perfect opportunity for you to step into your higher self here.
okay,
It sounds like it. So if that's the case, this is a chance for you to rewire the message. Okay, so
okay,
I was just stay right here. I haven't even scrolled yet. This is what we all see when we open someone's page, right? So right here is an opportunity for you to create a new narrative for where you're going and give us the visual here for what you're about and what direction you're heading in. Meaning, at the moment, this is confusing, meaning your banner tells me you're all about Black owned businesses, but your headline and your profile picture tell me you want a job. Okay.
right,
So I get clear right there first. And I got the
okay,
same 3 bullet points for you that we talked about earlier. It's 1, 2, 3. So your headline, I would encourage you to pull this picture because I
okay,
guarantee you probably have a much better shot somewhere.
yeah,
Um, and then your banner up here. So between the three, we can have a totally different idea about who you are and ultimately what you're about, just visually looking at this section. Um, Miss Brandy, I encourage you to look through your social media footprint across the board because
okay,
chances are you have a photo that shows your smile that is not you in a car,
right, right, true,
right? And if you
yeah,
have any that were professionally done, that's what I encourage you to put here. I also encourage you to remove the open to work logo.
okay,
Okay. I understand why people use it. They are open to work. However, over time, that logo has become a negative connotation because people use it when they're desperate. Okay.
okay,
You are not desperate. All right. I can say that with certainty and I don't even know you. All right. And all the more reason why changing the narrative of this visual here is probably a great opportunity for you right now. Mhm.
okay,
How exciting.
yeah. Thank you. I'm so looking forward to like making this more about me and what my future is going to look like. So I appreciate this class and I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to the homework. Thank you.
And so the homework is going to take us into not just thinking about uh the brand that you're creating, it's taking you into actually building the language. Okay, so let me get back because I was going to show you, or I think I did show you. What happened? Here we go. I'm going to show you what this will end up looking like and make sure that I give you. Here it is. Okay. Out. So I mentioned earlier that your about section is all about you. This is not the language around what you do. So, for the purpose of your notes, put this in your notes. You're going to do this in your Word document. Do not do this on your actual profile. Okay. I want you to edit in Word so that you don't mess up this section. You're going to create this in Word. You got 2,600 characters of space, okay, which is why you're doing it in Word or Keynote, whatever tool you use, but you can count your characters as you go. Now, when you do the count for characters, you are counting with spaces. Okay. So it's 2,600 characters with spaces. All right. Let me pause here for Miss Leslie's question, but for everybody else, put that in your notes. You got 2,600 characters. Miss Leslie. Miss Leslie.
You unmuted, but we can't hear you. Okay, we can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
I don't know why it's always so hard for me, but I just wanted to know if she could look, Mr. Wanna, because it's hard for me to hear you guys, but if you can look and see, I did change my about. I'm just not certain if it's right.
Okay. So hang on real tight, because I think if you already did it, hang tight.
Sure.
Hang tight, because technically you're going to be writing your about section this week and next week.
Okay.
So the basics here, you got this 2,600 characters. Now I just want to scroll so you see we're talking about a lot of content here. You see how much scrolling I'm doing, right? That's a lot of content. You're not finished until you've used the majority of that space. Okay. Now, what tends to happen when my clients do this activity, which does take a couple of weeks, they end up having way more than 2,600 characters in their first draft. Okay. So this draft that you're working on this week, you might find that by the time you flesh it all out, just type and get it all into the Word document, by the time you finish and step back and you count your characters, you might find you're in the 3,000 and 4,000 category space. Okay. Which means you got to trim. But in your trimming and in your creation, I want you to concentrate on a few things in particular. Number one, this is first person. Okay. This is first person. You are talking directly to us. If this section starts off and it says, Dr. Darlaina has years of experience, we're not reading that shit. We're not. You know it. You know it. You've been on someone's page and it's third person. You know, as soon as you see it's third person, you check out. You don't read it. And the reason is because that's not them talking to you. It's somebody who wrote that talking to you. You don't want to connect with that person. You want to connect with this person. So give people an opportunity to connect with you by writing in the first person. You are talking directly to us. That's number one. Number two, thanks to Coach TJ on this one. Notice there aren't long paragraphs upon long paragraphs. Okay, Coach TJ will tell you, talking sound bites. Okay, all of this should be sound bites. And she's right. Somebody should be able to take any little piece of this and put it on a meme. Okay, so talking sound bites. And then lastly, this section here works a lot better when you are completely unfiltered. Okay, I realize that for some people, they think LinkedIn professional, it means you can't be you. And I beg you to see it differently. I beg you to understand that the people that you want to attract look like you, talk like you, move like you. And when they see elements of that, they are drawn to you. Okay. If I showed you the before and after from my profile way back when my coach had me create my very first LinkedIn profile, it didn't look or feel anything like me. It used all the corporate speak because all we did was copy and paste from the resume on the website from the company. That was it. No personality, no swag, no feeling. Okay. So this week, I want you to work on your first draft of your about section, which first draft means is not fully baked. Okay. So your focus this week is to simply get what's in your head out on the Word document. It doesn't necessarily have to be finished, but I want you to simply start that process, get it out into the document so that you can actually edit your thoughts, which will come next week. Okay. Now, let me do this last thing, and then we're going to Miss Leslie. It's Cole, right? Here you are, right here.
Mm-hmm.
I told you, I showed all of you a couple of weeks ago, Miss Leslie here. I'm telling you, she made her adjustment so fast on LinkedIn. She was like, okay, let me take what I just learned and do something with it. I mean, she did. She turned it around like that weekend.
But
Now,
but listening to you now, I think I'm gonna go back and clean up my about and make it more specific about me.
you, right? Because
Yeah.
I haven't even read yet. I just scanned. I didn't even read. In my scanning, I know this content is about what you do,
Yes.
right? In fact, you say it. This is what I do,
Yeah.
right?
I'm so glad I asked you because now I know how to go. Okay. Gotcha.
Now, let me give you the real answer because I don't want you to lose this content. You're going to take that same content that you created right here, and we're eventually going to move it so it's down here.
So it's down and okay, got it. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, see how you've got your hats
Yes.
listed,
Yes.
right? And these
Yeah.
are all present hats that you wear. These are all current roles, right?
Yes. And I
So
wasn't on the call last week, but I did get a chance to review it yesterday. And I totally got that everything that's under my name, like the fractional business, profitability strategist, all of those are what should be bulleted down beneath.
under your business page for your
Yes.
experience.
And
Yes.
that's my
So
goal
this
this week.
same content here
Yes.
is simply going to move to a different section. That's all.
Perfect. So in this about section, and guys, thank you for being patient with me. In this about section, it really should just be my conversation about me.
Yeah. Think of it as you are introducing yourself to us so
Okay.
that we can get to know, like, and trust you. Let me give you one
Okay.
other visual for what's happening here, because when I do this activity with my clients, the
Uh-huh.
parameters that I give them for creating this content is some of you are close to my age. So we came up on Oprah, right? We came up, we saw the era of Oprah and Oprah getting famous. Well, in following Oprah, one of the things I learned about her that has really stood out for years is she hates to ask the question, what do you do? She hates it. So she doesn't ask that question. Instead, when she meets someone and she actually has an interest, she will say, tell me your story. Okay. I know that if Oprah Winfrey is in your presence and she tells you, tell me your story, I guarantee you, even if you don't know who Oprah is, I guarantee you, you're going to concoct the best version of your story that you've ever told in your life just because it's Oprah. So what I want you to do in this section is talk to Oprah. Okay. When Oprah says to you, tell me your story, you better have a story to tell. And I guarantee you the story doesn't have anything to do about what you do for a living, because she specifically asked to tell your story. Who are you? That's what goes here.
Got it.
I'm so glad that helped.
Thank you. That was
That's the tea
awesome.
right there. That's the tea right there. That's the tea right
Right
there.
there, girl.
That's the tea right there.
It is. And this is messaging, by the way, that as you're building your brand and really becoming aware of your brand persona, these are conversations that you've always had in the back of your mind anyway. You just didn't necessarily have a specific platform for this conversation. Now is that time to have the conversation, and you give us the narrative, like you feed us the storyline, so that when we land on your profile, we walk away with whatever storyline you gave us, right? And it's a very powerful thing if you consider what you would tell Oprah, right? We don't we don't shrink in conversations with Oprah. And so I want you to have that same conversation here on LinkedIn. Okay. So two things before I jet out of here for today. This is first draft of your about section, so that when we come back next week, we can make sure that we do any polishing, clarifying, answering questions, check out any work that you want feedback on. We get this section out of the way next week, so that we can then start focusing on what you do, which is your experience section. The other thing I wanted to mention, I did go ahead and put that link in the chat, but I forgot to mention to you that the people it was designed for had until today to get that deal if they wanted it. Since I just shared that with you, I'm going to leave that up until Monday. Okay. I do have to take it down on Monday or Tuesday morning, technically, because something else is going to replace it Tuesday. But I'm going to leave it active for you, for anyone that wants it. If you find that you want to maybe split that with someone else in the group so that the two of you can walk away with that pricing, do that. Do it. Jump in and split the cost with somebody. What I'm telling you is, if you want that kind of coaching one-on-one with me, that one link is, I don't have anything better. I just don't. I don't have anything cheaper. I don't have any deals better than the one that I put in the chat. So if you really do want to move forward and get some help, that's your best option. If you are splitting it with someone, which I'm not opposed to, I think sharing is caring. But if you are doing that, then just send me a note and let me know that you're going to get 3 months and so is going to get 3 months, and we will work it out together. But I think if it's for you, it's for you. And since there's still some spots left, take it. Take advantage. I have to thank all of you and update you. It was work today to get through this session with you today without crying and getting emotional, which now all of a sudden I am. I just have to thank you all, because I am moving in silence intentionally and have been for a while now. So in silence, that only certain people can be aware of what's happening, right? I couldn't wait to come and talk to you today, because you're the only ones who are aware of what's happening. So I had to hold my tongue all week to get here with you today, and then not cry.
Well, now wait before you say, we public. Do I need to close everything up first?
No. This is just for us. No, look, you're fine here. You're fine.
No, we streaming on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I'm not giving anything,
Okay.
nothing like that. Nothing like that. Okay. I set my alarm. I told you how to set the timer today. I'm getting ready to close out today. And then I'm getting picked up so that I can go to the land that I now own. Because little old me is now a homeowner and a landowner.
Oh my God.
And nobody can take that away from me. My name's on that shit.
That's right.
My name.
Yes.
My name is on somebody's deed. My deed. It says my name on it. We
Congrats.
closed last week. I'm going there today.
Wow.
They're delivering my house. We start today.
That's great.
So I just had to thank you all for being
Congratulations.
my community right now.
Yes,
That I can share that with
congratulations.
you. You know,
Awesome.
Congratulations. Woo! Yes, yes.
so
Praise
Yes.
him.
we want
Yes.
new. We are ready for new, right? We said
Yes,
All
that at the
day.
top of the. We are ready for new.
we
And
are ready for
and
new.
Dr. Darlaina, you said something so powerful today. I had to write it down because this really speaks to what I'm experiencing. I deserve the best, and I accept the best now.
Yes.
I leave you all with that. We deserve the best. You
Mhm.
just have to be open to accepting the best now, because it's now o'clock, y'all.
Now o'clock.
Right? I'll see you next Friday.
Yes, we
Yes.
see you next Friday. Oh
Yes.
my God.
See
Why
you
am
next
I
Friday.
crying? Why am
Me
I
Right,
too.
right. Yeah, like
not crying? Like what?
seriously.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
goodness.
it's
I know
a
the
real
journey. I
thing.
think I'm crying because I know the journey.
You know, you saw it.
You're
You
on the
watched.
journey too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've been a part
Yeah.
of this, and that's why I thank you. I just thank all the people in my circle, because for the people who have been with me over the last 11 years of business, you have all seen me fail numerous times, fall on my face. Do you know my very first speaking engagement? Very first speaking engagement, I had a seizure. Okay, the entire conference had to be stopped because I had a seizure, right? And it was devastating to have that happen. But the people in the room that day are my mentors and my coaches now. They saw me from the beginning. People like Dr. Darlaina were there in the beginning. You've all seen me go up and down, around, loop to loop, the whole journey. And when I tell people how I've lost everything, everything, twice, I had to walk away from everything. Yet I stand here today and I will tell you with certainty, I would not do anything different. I would make all those same decisions over and over because it brought me here. It brought me to this place where I get to work with the most amazing people every day. If you knew these people that I get to work with, and the magic that they possess, and I have the reward of working with them to meet their goals, and they pay me for it. Like, I just I'm the reward, the immense reward. When people tell you don't quit, they mean it. Because let me tell you, there are days, I went a month, 28 days. I went 28 days once. And all I had in that 28 days was $22 the whole time, the entire month. There was $22. That's all I had. And to look back at it, like, how the hell you exist with no money? Because I didn't need it. I had everything I need. We always have everything I need. If I was supposed to have more money on those days, I would have had more. But I had 28 days of $22 to live off of, because God was showing me you don't need money. You have everything you need. I learned that. I learned that losing everything isn't losing everything. I mean, I really do miss the porcelain dogs that I bought from Scottie Pippen's estate sale. Yeah, I really do miss those life-size porcelain dolls. I really do. But nothing replaces this kind of joy. Nothing brings me this kind of joy than to work with people who are out here every single day, busting their behinds so that they don't have a job. That's who I'm surrounded by every day. I'm surrounded by people who are unemployable, just like me. We don't want to work for y'all. We ain't ever gonna work for y'all. We don't want to work for you. We're not encouraging anybody to work for you. We're building communities with legacy built on our genius and our businesses. I get to do that for a living. And I can tell you what it was like to have nothing in order to build this. And I would do the exact same thing over and over again. I would do the same thing over and over again. If you told me right now that I got to go live in a homeless shelter for another year, but as a result, I'm going to have a 6-figure business, I'm going to do it. I'm going to be there all day, every day. Because let me tell you, when I was in that homeless shelter for a year, didn't nobody bother me. You know why nobody bothered me? Because I sit on my laptop all day. The only person in the shelter that had a laptop. And they be wondering, why are you always sitting in the corner on your laptop? Because God damn it, I'm making some money. I'm building a business over here. And nobody understood. And that's okay. That's okay. It wasn't for them to understand. But I know now what it takes to build a 6-figure business. And it means you're going to have some days, weeks, maybe even months where shit ain't adding up right. It don't look right to you. You're looking at your bank account like, what's going on? I can tell you with certainty, you have everything you need at all times. So if you're looking at your account and you're wondering why it's not millions in it, it's because you don't need those millions right now. You don't. If you needed the millions right now, they would be in your account right now. Because you're a child of God, you have everything you need. You are provided for. So if you needed millions today, you would have millions today. But what you have today is the opportunity to be grateful. To be grateful. That maybe you don't see the number you're looking for when you log into your bank account. But you have the joy inside of you to know that it's coming. It's on the way. It's yours. It's yours. Abundance is our birthright, right? So your time is coming. We already established that earlier. It's overdue. I just know in my life, on my journey, my time has come.
Mm-hmm.
My time is coming. I'm so grateful.
Yes.
I would invite you all out here, but I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. Nobody gets invited to my crib. It's just for me, it's my sanctuary, but I'll share pictures with you because you will still be here with me on Fridays when everything is set up and delivered over the next 4 to 5 weeks. So you'll see the process. I will share that with you. But I just thank all of you. I thank you and I encourage you. Please keep going. When it feels like you want to give up, because shit just ain't going the way you want it to. That can't be a reason to give up. I beg you to keep going. And if you need to call me directly to get that message from me directly, you call me before you quit. Don't you quit and give up ever. Call me first because we will talk it out. We'll get to a different place. But I need you to understand that this journey is worth it. What you're building right now is worth all of the hard work. It's worth every tear that rolls down your cheek. I'm promising you that what you're building right now will give back to you for generations to come. You just have to believe it. All right. I love you all. I can't wait to see you next week. I'll have pictures by then because I would have been there every day for the next week. So I'll have pictures that you can see.
So
thank you all.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Thank
Oh
you.
my God.
Bless
Can
it.
you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Thank you so much for telling us not to quit.
Mhm.
Don't give up. Thank you so much.
I recognize that voice. That's Miss Susan.
Yes, Dr. Loretta.
Dr.
Yeah,
Loretta.
well, it's Loretta Long.
Dr.
I
Loretta.
lent it to Susan.
Yes.
Do you know that show is celebrating its 56th birthday? I had a real career and was still not satisfied, but I have learned to go back and relive all those things that wasn't good enough, and I'm over the top with joy.
Oh my goodness. I want to be like you when I grow up. I do.
Honey, listen, don't grow up. That's
the answer
be
right there.
childlike.
You're so
Growing
right.
up is the bomb. Don't
You're
do
so
that.
right.
Stay
Yeah.
in your child energy, because
You're
that's
right.
the pure energy that came directly from heaven here, and the Bible says that the children will lead them.
You are so right.
Jesus said, "Suffer the little children to come unto me." They were trying to keep the kids from him. He said, "Listen, you all are bored. Send those children."
She's right.
Absolutely. Oh
Thank
my
you for
God.
that.
There you have it.
Yeah, protect your inner child, because that child got so beat up that you have to talk to it and say, "You're okay. I'm here now, and I'm going to protect you, and everything's in divine order, like we say every day."
It's true.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, that's a perfect segue.
That's a great reminder. Thank you for that.
Yeah, honey, come on. I am blessed going in.
I'm blessed
I'm
coming.
blessed going in.
I'm blessed coming out.
I'm
I'm blessed coming out.
I'm blessed in the city.
I'm
I'm
blessed
blessed in the city.
I'm blessed in the field.
I'm blessed
I'm
in the
blessed
field.
Blessed in the field.
I am always in the right place at the right time.
I'm
I'm
always in
always
the
at the
right
right
place
place at the right
time.
Look around with the right people.
With the right
with the right people.
Doing the right thing.
Doing the right things.
For the right reason.
For the right
The right
reasons.
reason.
And everything is in divine order.
And everything
is in divine order.
As Jabez said, bless us indeed.
As Jabez says,
bless us indeed.
Expand our territory.
Expand
our territory.
Extend an open hand of favor to us.
Extend an open hand of favor to us.
Unto us.
That we may do no harm.
That we may
We
do
may
no
do
harm.
no harm.
And we let go and let God.
And we
let go and
let God.
And go with the flow.
Go
with the flow.
And let the blessings and the money roll in.
Let
And let the
blessings and the money roll in.
From the north, south, east, and west.
From the
north,
south, east, and west.
From known and unknown sources.
From known and unknown
sources.
Yes.
Tell us about our money, Dr. Darlaina.
We have supernatural, unlimited money, sowing supernatural, unlimited seeds.
And we live and give out of God's overabundance, so we never run out.
Never run out.
Never run out.
We
Mhm.
always have more than enough.
We always have
Always
more
have
than
more
enough.
than enough. Always.
More than enough to do anything our heart desires.
More than
More
enough to
than
do anything our
anything
heart
our heart
desires.
desires.
More than enough to do anything God puts on our hearts to do for others.
More than enough
More than anything that
to do
God
anything
puts on
God
our
puts on our
heart
hearts
to do for
to do
others.
for others.
That's the Darlaina Rose Foundation, y'all. We have money to spend, money to lend, and money to keep.
We have money to spend,
Money to spend,
money to
money to
lend,
lend, money
and
to
money to keep.
keep.
And reinvest some of that kept money to keep that crop coming in, y'all.
Mhm.
Where's our bank?
Heaven.
Heaven.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
All right, we're the branch banks. He put us here to be the branch banks right on this earth to do what people need. Go look in the mirror and talk to yourself. Hey, branch bank, what am I supposed to do today?
Mhm.
I
Because
love it.
it's all there. You lived on $22 and never spent the $22 in 28 days. You go, girl.
That's a class by itself.
It really is. Because let
That's
me
a
tell you,
class all by itself
at the corner
because
store,
what
they don't
he is
let you
saying.
use your debit card for a transaction under $3. So yeah, I had that $22, but couldn't even spend it at the store because you have to have more than that.
Wow.
Well, but
Look at you now.
obviously you didn't need it. Look
I
where
didn't
you
need
are
it.
Look
today.
at you now
Exactly.
Look at me
with the
Exactly.
story
now.
to
See?
tell.
That's why
And
y'all can't give up.
that's what
Walking
we
on your
have to
land.
have the faith that we don't have a deadbeat dad that ran off to leave us on our own. You know, our daddy's gonna always take care of.
Always. Always.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, you
Mm.
guys.
You know, you in that house. I've got 30 acres in Michigan, and I'm looking at some houses. I'm going to have something called Victory Village and name it after my parents. And I'm going to put some
Wow.
houses right on my land
Good
and
for
give people the
you.
privilege to buy into them. And the thing
Yes.
about it is, I'm leasing the land. I'm not going to sell the land. But when they buy their house and want to move, the truck come and get it. They can move
That
anywhere
is
they want.
amazing.
The land.
Oh, I love it.
There we have
Victory
it.
Village,
That's the faith.
March and Burl. Victory Village.
Victory Village.
That's
I
my
love
parents.
it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank
All
you
my
so much.
houses are going to be in a V shape. So they're going to be
Oh,
like 2 and 2
victory.
or with a central or 1 and 1, but it's going to be a
Mm,
V.
I
So
love
it'll be pretty. It'll be aesthetically nice. So my neighbors will be trying to grumble and stuff, but they can't tell me what to do with my money.
That's right.
Money. See,
And
I
on
got
your
money on my mind.
land.
They
On
can't
your
tell me
land.
what to do
Right.
with my property.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes,
I
yes. Well,
love
have an
that.
amazing day, everybody. I am so
Thank
grateful for
you.
this day. This day has truly been a godsend and amazing. So many messages, so many thoughts shared. I know that we are all well on our way to this joyous place, this pinnacle place that Dr. Tawana has landed on. And I am so happy to be a part of that journey. So thank you, everybody. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. Same
Yeah, Tawana,
Thank